Good morning. Hope everybody's doing good. We're doing the best under the circumstances. We're mid-pandemic, May 13th, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on something. It's hard when you give a shit about the world as a whole, and the world seems to be kind of falling apart. And here's my take on one of the problems I think we have as a whole. I think we spend a lot of time subdividing ourselves, and we subdivide ourselves so far that all we do is create differences between each other. Let me give you an example. So you got some dudes, and they're into football. So that's a commonality they share already. They're dudes. That's a commonality, and they're into sports, and then they subdivide that into football. And then they subdivide that even further into their favorite teams. And then they become rivalries. So you have these people that held great commonality, and they've subdivided themselves to where they become enemies. Maybe not combatant enemies, like they're going to kill each other. But there's this underlying tone of divisiveness. And we do it in the hot rod scene too. Or the car scene. So let's take that again. We're car people. We've decided that we love car shit. And then we go to subdivide ourselves in between stock and custom. And then if you're into custom, are you into hot rods, Volkswagens, lowriders? And we all think that our particular thing that we like is better than yours. And then even say the hot rod scene, we divide it between the shiny billet rods and the rat rods and the traditional hot rodding. And then you subdivide even further with the traditional hot rodding, and you start criticizing people for running like electric fans, like I'm better than you because I've got a mechanical fan and I've got bias plies or whatever. And you can see how you can subdivide yourselves infinitely to where all you worry about is separation and creating differences between people, when in actuality we're all just one. We're on this little tiny marble in the middle of space, and we're humans. So we become earthlings, then we become humans, then we become men and women, then we become what country we're from, because our country is better than everybody else's country, and my state is better than your state, and my city in my state is better than your city in our state. And then my area of town, west side, or whatever, like your area is more uppity and you feel like you're better than whatever. All we do is subdivide ourselves, and we create rivalries and tensions. And I must admit, that's part of what's wrong with this world, is that we don't find the common thread between us. And the fact that we're all just living, breathing creatures, that's amazing. And I think if we looked at each other with more commonality, we'd probably have more compassion. Some dude that lives right along the border of Mexico, and some family lives on the New Mexico side of the border, is pretty much the exact same as the people that live on the other side of that border. They're the exact same people, but all of a sudden they become different people because of an arbitrary line that we've imposed on some stupid map, and we become either better or whatever, superior in some way, and we start caring less about that person on the other side of that stupid line. It just doesn't make any sense. So I hope somehow we find a better way of coming together as a whole. And I think this gets into politics a little bit, but not really. I think it has to do with more of rich and poor versus a blue and red or black and white or anything like that. I think the powers that be, whoever controls the world, for whatever that means, wants us to be divided because it distracts us. And a distracted population is easy to control, and they can take all the money and power. So think about it for a minute next time you think you're better than somebody else or different from somebody else, and think about how the same you are. All right. Love you guys.